What's up, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope you're well and blessed. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to each of you. This particular video is about how to not blow it for the holidays. I want to give you some tips and tricks to help you during this holiday season. So you can use this particular information for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, any individually or collectively, you can use it. All right, so how to not blow it. This is a stressful time for people. People always look forward to this time of year when we can be with family members and friends. Although in this COVID season, it's a bit different, but the mindset of people in terms of wanting to enjoy some nice food, some turkey, ham, dressings, or whatever your culture, your family calls for, your family traditions call for, are basically things that cause us to be a bit nervous. And what happens this time of year, most of us overeat, most of us overdo it. And then we enter a new year being heavier than we want to be. And when you enter a new year, not physically, healthily being where you desire to be, it already puts additional stress on a difficult time. 2020 has been difficult, not only for you and for me, but for not only this country, but the entire world. The last thing that we need is additional stress from not being healthy, from not being the weight or achieving some of our physical goals. So I hope this particular video helps you guys to where you don't blow it for the holiday season. The first thing that you have to understand is there are 3 holidays during this holiday season: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. 3 days. 3 days are not going to blow your health regimen, your results, your weight loss goals, or whatever you're trying to do. It's not Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's that gets us in trouble, but it's what we do before and after Thanksgiving, before and after Christmas, before and after the holiday season, all of the partying, all of the social events. Now, by default, those parties and social events should be greatly reduced. So this is a great year for you to have a spectacular holiday to where you can enjoy it with your family members and your friends, eat some of the things that you want to eat without gaining 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds during the holiday season, which is completely normal. And for a lot of people who live each and every year, they pack on the pounds during the holiday season. So the first thing that you have to understand is it's 3 holidays. It's not a hollow week, it's a holiday. So the first thing that you have to understand is the mindset of knowing that all of your cheat meals or free meals need to be constricted to a day. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas is a month. Between Christmas and New Year's is a week. That's not going to blow it for you. But what will blow it for you if you're eating like it's Thanksgiving all through November, if you're eating like it's Christmas all through December, if you're eating like it's New Year's all through January, that's what allows the depression to loom over us to where we start the year off of the wrong foot. So the first thing is to understand it's not a hollow week, it's only 3 holidays, okay? The second thing that I want you to understand in terms of how you cannot blow it for the holidays is do your best to keep your free meals and the things that you like to eat, if it's dressings, hams, turkeys, all of those wonderful things, keep it to 1 meal. Keep it for the dinner on Thanksgiving. Keep it for the dinner on Christmas. Keep it for the dinner or the brunch on New Year's Day. But what happens is when you wake up on Thanksgiving and you're loading up the pancakes and the sausage and the bacon, and then you're having hamburgers for lunch, and you're having all of these different things on top of the big meal that you're eating for dinner, all it does is it packs on excessive calories, which is going to lead to weight gain, which is going to lead to you being in a place and state that you don't want to be. So try to enter Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year saying, you know what, I'm going to enjoy myself, but I'm going to restrict my how can I put this, food explorations to just 1 meal. So restrict it to 1 meal. Thirdly, a lot of people make this mistake, and that is, I hear a lot of people all of my life, they'll fast. You know, Thanksgiving will come, they won't eat anything for breakfast, eat anything for lunch, so it won't spoil their meals. And really what that means is, it's not that they're not trying to spoil their meals, but they're trying to go to that dinner to where they can eat themselves into a food coma. They can have several plates. They can eat all the biscuits, all the gravy, all the dressing, all the ham, or whatever it is. And that's a bad strategy. So when Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's comes, have a healthy breakfast, whatever that is within your nutritional profile. And this is something that I teach with the 40 Days with Dr. Joe B at the Journey, as well as the 40-Day Turn Up. You know, do your best to be certain that you're not fasting. Eat a sensible breakfast. Eat a reasonable lunch. And the reason why is because if you come into the dinner meal for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, or for New Year's, having eaten good, solid foods, you're not going to be excessively hungry. The last thing you want to be is starving for Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's, because you're putting yourself in a position to where you're going to overeat. You're going to overindulge. You're going to eat too much, because the sensories of the stomach and your ability to realize that you're satiated, that you're satisfied, are going to be altered because you haven't eaten. So a lot of people like to do that so it doesn't spoil their appetite, but what it does is it puts them in a position to where, in most cases, 99.9% of the time, they overeat. And it's very, very simple to overeat, and easy to overeat, especially when you're in a position to where you're entering those festive meals having fasted, okay? So that's very, very important. The next tip for the holiday season, not to blow it, is rethink seconds. Now, many times when we think about the holiday season, we think about Christmas, we think about New Year's, we think about Thanksgiving, we think about several meals. You know, you go, you get your one plate, and then you have a second round, and then you have a third round, and then you'll rest, and then you'll take a nap, and then you'll go back and then you'll get a turkey sandwich, and then you'll get some carrot cake. The problem is people have programmed themselves to gorge themselves physically for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. We programmed that. We've already in our minds set up within our own subconscious mind and conscious mind that when Christmas, when Thanksgiving, when New Year's comes, I'm going to eat everything that I want. We already pre-planned to do that, which is the reason why we do it year after year after year after year. We have programmed our minds to think that having a good time for holiday is eating 3 and 4 plates at mom's house or at dad's house. And now when you think about it, even though we're in this post-COVID season, even though we may not be going to mom's house, to dad's house, to big mama's house or grandmama's house or whatever it is, we still are getting ready to have these big meals, these foods that we don't normally eat. So even in this post-COVID season, it has nothing to do with family gatherings, but we have programmed ourselves to overeat for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. What your goal should be is when Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's comes, you shouldn't be thinking about having 3 and 4 and 5 plates. Eat what you want. Have the ham, have the turkey, but don't let it be as much as you want. It shouldn't be a buffet. It shouldn't be a time for you to eat yourself into a food coma, to gorge yourself. When you get to the point to where you're full and you're stuffed and you're sleepy, you've overdone it. You can enjoy the dressings. You can enjoy the breads. You can enjoy the delicatessens of this wonderful festive holiday. You can be with your limited family, being safe, of course, during this year of COVID, post-COVID-19, trying to isolate ourselves to get through this difficult winter in hopes for a better tomorrow in the spring. But rethink that second meal. Rethink that second plate, that third plate. Because what you have to realize when you're honest with yourself, the second, the third, and the fourth plate is never as good as the first. We're programming ourselves to overeat. And when you think about it, we're continuously eating, although we're stuffed. It's like we're miserable, but we keep stuffing our faces. We keep on eating the cake. And then we end up to the point where we're in regret. It's antithetical on a lot of different levels, not only physically in terms of eating, but emotionally and spiritually, like what it does. It's like you feel so down. You feel so like to the point to where you're like, what was I thinking? Why would I eat all of this food? I'm not even happy. I don't even feel good. I'm sluggish. I'm sleepy. It's everything that's against what you want. So the key is on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, rethink that second plate. Have you one good plate. Enjoy yourself. Take your time. Be thankful to God or whomever, you desire. For those of you all who are believers, be thankful to God for what God has done for you and your family, for the mere fact that we're here. We're still here, but just realize that true pleasure is not going to come in that second, that third, and that fourth plate. That's the programming of your mind, that I want to eat all of these foods, but then I find myself in a miserable state. So let's keep that in mind to where we can be mindful of that. The last thing, and I'm done. On Thanksgiving, on Christmas, and on New Year's, the day after each one of those holidays, remember, you got to get back to normal. On the 26th, on the 26th of December, on the day after Thanksgiving, on January the 2nd, listen, you got to get back on the horse. You got to get back to eating like you need to eat, doing the things that you need to do, because what blows it for the holidays is not what we do on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, but it's all the stuff we do before and after Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I hope this message helps you. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Christ Mass. Yes, we're not happy. No, Merry Christmas. I say that unapologetically. Happy New Year's. I wish you the best for not only you, but for all of your family members and your friends. And remember, all of us have something to be grateful and thankful for during this season of post-COVID, this COVID season. You're still here. If you're watching this, you've got something to be grateful and thankful for. To God be the glory, and hope each of you are blessed. Have an amazing time with your limited family members and friends. Let's be safe, and we'll get through this together. I'll see you next time. Peace.